Hello. So this is our 10th video, I believe. So let's get started. I will start the timer. Timer has started. So I have already run the server. So and let's run JSON server as well. I will reload the app. Apps reloading. Great, so I think everything is working. So in the last video, what we did is we were we set up the JSON server, our fake server, and we set up the database, give it some fake data, and we are fetching that data from the database, from the server, and we are showing it here. So that's great. So the next thing that we can do is we can add the medicine to the database. So I'm not sure why this does not scroll. It should be, that's not very convenient. Okay, so we will see when we will address this issue if it happens in the real physical device. I'm not sure why it is happening now. Here. So let's do that. So this was in tab 1 screen, and you see we are on press. We are calling this handle med add function, but we're not doing anything in handle med add. So let's do that. What we can do is we can use fetch, and we will use the same URL, but this time the method will be post. Let's check the documentation of fetch to see if we are doing it right. My PC is a bit lagging, which is definitely annoying, but I will change this PC, so bear with me. Okay, so this is how you can, we can, I'll just copy it. I'll copy the entire thing. So I will replace the URL. Then the method is post headers application json, then body json.stringify data. So what we can do is we can get a single medicine, a single form from here. What can we call this? Let's just say a med info, and instead of data we can say med info, and med info implicitly has an any type. So that is okay. It's not okay. What can we do? So it can be, so let's say, to be honest, we don't need med info. We don't need to get that as an argument. What we can do is name of the med, qty, then if we go to the database, times a day and qty each time. So times a day, qty each time. So now these are, so name of the med is what we have stored here, and qty is qty, times a day is times a day, and qty each time is num each time. We could have same name for this, but this will also work. Should we? I'm not really happy with the names, to be honest. These are not very good names, but I cannot think of better names right now. So we can add a to-do here that verify if all the fields are there before adding medicine. So for example, we cannot add a medicine if there is no medicine name. If the medicine name is an empty string, we cannot add. We should not be able to add the medicine. So we can just do it right now. If name of the med, if not name of the med, or not qty, or not times a day, or not num each time, console error all the fields are required, then we return from the function. We do not execute anything after that. So another thing we have to do, which we will not have to do in the real server, is we need to pass an ID here. So just for the sake of this, for now, what I can do is we can create a random number. How do we create a random number in JavaScript? I forgot. Let's search for it. So I think there's a math dot random or something like that. Yes, so there's a math dot random. Math dot random returns a random number between 0 and 1. So const UID should be math dot random into 100. So this way we will be able to, so UID, so this way we will be able to pass an ID to our JSON server. Let's see how much time do we have left. So we have 17 minutes. Let's restart the server, I mean the app. In real application, like real world application, you might wanna use something other than simple logic like this for verifying your forms. But to be honest, no one is gonna use this other than me, or maybe my 1 or 2 family members. So I don't really care about using a lot of libraries in this project. So let's give it a try. Oh my god, so when I click on name of the med, this pops up, this keyboard pops up, and I cannot see it anymore. So how to make this scrollable? Expo make screen scrollable, scroll view. Okay, so I need to learn about scroll view. Let's test this first. So let's for now let's just guess that we have typed it. And then quantity, let's set 10. And how many times a day? Let's say 2 times a day. And how many medicine each time? 2. So you can see that we have typed every field. And now let's add this success. So if I go to our db.json, you can see that this has been added, and you can see the weird ID that we have got, but we only needed we don't need anything after the decimal point. So to fix that, what we can do is we can do math.floor we can pass the entire value to math.floor, and let's get rid of this value, and so I'll close the tab 2 screen. And another thing that we need to do is we need to, after adding the medicine, we need to make these fields blank. So to do that, what we can do is we can what we can do is here we can set name of the med to an empty string, and then set qty to an empty string, then set what was the name, times a day, set times a day to an empty string, and set num each time to an empty string. So another thing, I think okay, so I'll do the next step later after trying this. So let's add this again. You see that after adding the medicine, everything went blank because we have set everything to blank empty string. And if I go to our db.json, we can see that the ID now looks okay, name is okay, everything looks good. Now there's one problem, is that we are setting this as a string, because for some reason when we get the value from these fields, the values are as string. So what we can do is, before passing this to our, before making the call, we can change them to a number. So number times a day and number. So now if I get rid of this again and I again give it the medicine name, let's see if I have typed it right. Okay, so I think I have typed it right. Quantity, let's say 10. How many times a day? Let's say 2 times a day. How many medicine each time? Let's say 2. And if I add it now, you can see that these are numbers. So let's go to db.json. So we can see that these are actually numbers. So that's okay. How much time do we have left? So 8 minutes. What else can we do for now? So for this 8 minutes, let's just try to read about scroll view and how it works. So component that wraps, I will zoom in a bit. Component that wraps platform scroll view while providing integration with touch locking responder system. Keep in mind that scroll views must have a bounded height in order to work. Since they contain unbounded height, children into a bounded container via a scroll interaction. In order to bound the height of a scroll view, either set the height of the view directly, which is discouraged, or make sure all parent views have bounded height. Forgetting to transfer flex 1 down the view stack can lead to errors here, which the element inspector makes quick to debug. Doesn't yet support the contained responders from blocking this scroll view from becoming the responder. So scroll view versus flat list, which one to use? Scroll view renders all its child components at once, but this has a performance downside. Imagine you have a very long list of items you want to display, maybe several screens worth of content. Creating JS components and native views for everything all at once, much of which may not even be shown, will contribute to slow rendering and increased memory usage. This is where flat list comes into play. Flat list renders items lazily when they are about to appear and removes items that scroll way off screen to save memory and processing time. Flat list is also handy if you want to render separators between your items, multiple columns, infinite scroll loading. So flat list sounds interesting to me. I'm back to scroll view. Let's try scroll view. I'm not sure if it will work, but scroll view comes inside safe area view. Oh, great. So it has fixed the issue without a problem. So I read the whole thing without any reason. We don't have to think about anything. It's fine. I think it works. Yep, I think it is okay. Without scroll view, it looked a bit different. Let's see how different it looked. So I'm not sure what styling is getting destroyed. Is it the margin? So this is what is getting, feels like something, this shrinks. I think what we need to do is we need to pass the flex one. Yes, I think that's what is causing the problem. So we have only 30 seconds. Let's do this quickly. Scroll view flex 1. And in scroll view, let's pass the styles dot scroll view. What happened? Nothing happened. Ooh. Something went wrong. If I do justify content in scroll view, so scroll view child layout justify content must be applied through the content container style prop. Okay. Meaning not sure. Is that what they meant? So flex 1 did not make any difference. So let's comment out scroll view for a second and see what if we comment out justify content. So I think justify content is not what is getting applied. So I think what they're saying is we need to have another view if we have another view and in the style we name it styles dot content container, and in content container we say that did not work. That worked. I'm not sure why the justify content. I'm not sure why the justify content is not working. Not sure. I will address this later. But it is okay if even if we like I fail to do it, it's fine. For some reason it is not working. So I will just keep the scroll view without any styling for now. I will remove content container because that did not work. So I will end the video here. And see you next time.